Pika pika sabe muy bien. Dun, dun. Oh, I'm singing ABBA to my Pikachu again. Sorry. I mean, he deserves it. He's my producer, my executive producer. He makes my show notes. We use show notes on this very show that you're tuning into right now. It is time for the golden age of DC Comics 365 days, where I'm taking this beloved hardcover coffee table book given to me about 2 decades ago by one of my best friends. This book has been surfing my coffee table ever since, and has been a great source of comic book shop style conversations, the kind I wish to recreate here, today, right now, with you. Cheers, slancha, salut, paz y amor. Skol, genki. Ah, that's some good coffee. Pull up a chair to the coffee table. Bring a cuppa, whatever you'd like, but you are welcome here at this coffee table. This coffee table book is a 365 days book, and we're using it for its intended purpose. We're going to open to today's date, which is November the 11th. We're going to look at some comic book art of an antediluvian age. We're going to read the blurb, and then we're going to talk about comic books. And we're going to talk about comic books, you got it, every day for the rest of the year. This is a 2004 Abrams publication, written and curated by Les Daniels, Chip Kidd, and Geoff Spear. There's a link to its Amazon page in the description where you can get your own copy. It would look great on your coffee table too. You could play along at home, and it makes a great gift for a geek. I know. The golden age of DC Comics runs between 1938 and 1955. The silver age between 1956 and 1970. The bronze age, I'm a bronze age baby myself, between 1970 and 1984 or 5. And the copper age begins in 1985. I get these standards and definitions of the ages from the glossary of the latest Overstreet Comic Books Price Guide. It's a great and fair place to come to some standards when we're talking about the ages of comics. As we often do on this channel, we are doing also DK week, the Dark Knight Returns week. It's a slow news week when we do show notes, so we see ahead that some days have better content than others, but we apparently make the best of it. We always find something to talk about, especially about comic books. I love comic books. You love comic books. We're in the right place at the right time together having this conversation. And we always have seemed to have just been able to keep talking about comic books. We're doing it. We've done it every day so far this year. We're going to do it for the rest of the year. And, we're going to just keep doing it, talking about comic books. I don't know what next year is going to bring, yet it's going to be filled with content and stuff like this. I haven't made up my mind yet what we're doing next year. So let's get to it. We're going to open up to today's date. I hope you're doing awesome. I hope you're clobbering your problems and not being clobbered by them. Over and out. It is November 11th. It's a solemn day. It's Remembrance Day in Canada and the UK, and it's Veterans Day here in the United States. And so remember a veteran. Let's get this to be, let's see, it's Veterans Day. I'm just gonna Veterans Day. Okay. It's a federal holiday in the United States observed annually on November 11th for honoring military veterans of the United States Armed Forces. Indeed. And thank you for your service. I'm a lifelong civilian, and I live in the United States, and it's the best country in the world. People still flock here, and it's been because of the blood and lives of countless military personnel all throughout our history. And I'm grateful, for, the day off, and it's paid. I'm a union chef, and that's able to exist because of this great nation of ours, and the military has a lot to do with that. So thank you, and God bless you. Namaste. Good luck, and let's get to it. This is November the 11th. It's story by William Woolfolk, pencils by Eugene Hughes, inks by Bernard Sachs, from Star Spangled War Stories, number 27, November of 1954. This is Bill West, Monty. He's been through 4 campaigns. Stick close to him, and you'll learn how to fight and live. Glad to meet you. So you can you see, the stubble on the 2 men there, and there's no facial hair on, and visually what appears to be a younger person, a younger boy, a young man. And this is a World War II story from, and we can see USMC. So these are Marines. Yes, Semper Fi. Thank you, Marines. A lot of Marines in my life. Seriously. A lot of Navy people, too. MC. Happy Veterans Day. He's a literal, my friend Mario, he's a literal, you'll see MC on the comments. He's one of my best friends from high school. He's a captain in the U.S. Naval Reserve, and he's an Iraq War veteran. And this is true. Thank you for your service, Mario. God bless you. And he's a wonderful guy, and I'm so glad we get together on our on the gratitude list, and we both very much appreciate medical technology for keeping us on this planet. Cheers, Mario. All right, so let's read the blurb, and let's get to it. A Veterans Day. A veteran is an experienced soldier, or by extension, anyone who has acquired expertise through long service. The title character in this story, the old man, qualifies on both counts as he helps rookies to survive their first confrontation with combat. To them, he is a battle-hardened mentor, but in the twist at the end of the tale, they discover that he is all of 21 years old. Wow. Indeed. Yeah, and so that's the Veterans Day portion of today's program. We're going to return to the Dark Knight and Dark Knight Returns, going back to Earth 31 in the big multiverse of infinite Earths of DC Comics. It all started in 1986 with the Dark Knight Returns. It continued in 2001 with DK2, The Dark Knight Strikes Again. And furthermore perpetuated in 2015 and 2017 with Dark Knight 3, The Master Race. And leading up to today from 2019. Written by Frank Miller with stellar art by Raphael Grandpa. And Jordi Belair. They did the coloring. Yeah, and Raphael Grandpa does his own inks, and it's once again it's about light source. And this one's about sunlight, but this is about Superman's children, Lara and Jonathan, both the son and daughter of Superman and Wonder Woman, a second generation of gods, Olympians to the Titans that are their parents in that generation, in a way, in the mythological kind of set. But this is great. This is about the relationship between a teenage girl and her baby brother, and they're both got superpowers. They're both learning how to deal with being on this planet. And look, this is Metropolis, but it has a Flatiron building, motif in there. That's cute. I like that. And having powers, dealing with humans and in this world. And but some of this stuff's very on the nose. Once again, we have to remember that when we open a Frank Miller Dark Knight Returns book, we know we have an expectation. So to say things are too on the nose, I'm not going to buy that. I mean, I'll buy that Frank Miller is very opinionated, and he's been very polarized too, to an extent. I barely know the guy. I only met him once, and it was just for a few moments. And yeah, I mean, do I have to? We don't have to. We don't have to look far to know what's going on here. This is the governor of the state of wherever Gotham is. And that's the fictional character. That's the lampooning. That's the satire, indeed. And but also, this was made in 2019, all right, and released. That means it was written and drawn before that. And this is before the lockdowns, and this is before the BLM riots in the Summer of Love 2020. And this is all about civil unrest here, and about social activism, and about standing up to the corruptions and stuff. So we have the SOBs, quite literally, are pre-Antifa. Yeah. And it's a clash between the governor's goons. We're going to find out by the end of the tale that the governor's in cahoots with the Jokers. The Jokers being the, of course, the rivals to Gotham. There's always what, two parties, two warring factions, two groups. Funny how that works. But look in the bottom there. Now we've reached the social media of Twitter and Instagram and our news feeds. And now that is a huge part of this. And I love the coloring in this. The coloring in this is so eye-popping. I love it. And who's the bad guy in this? It's Darkseid. He brings Joker back to life mysteriously. And Darkseid and Joker are the ones controlling the governor. And I just want to, I love this art. I love the design of, so this is Carrie Kelly, fully realized now, fully trained, out on her own. Superman and Batman do not appear in this magazine at all. It's all about the kids. It's all about the next generation of the superheroes. It's about Jonathan, it's about Lara, and it's about Carrie. And this here, though, it's we're focusing on this page for a reason. We're getting to it. Notice the Joker is being suspended upside down by Supergirl. And she breaks his ankle too. And but this goes back to probably my favorite line of dialogue in Batman The Dark Knight Returns back in '86. And I just wanted to say once again the importance of satire and punditry. I mean, look, see those rounded panels. Once again, I'll just remind you, those are cathode ray tubes, and that is a television. So this is what we would see in our television. And these are two pundits, Lana Lang and somebody else, whoever. But they're arguing about pro or anti-Batman. And then there's our host. And so all of those shaped squares right there, those resemble a TV screen. But here it comes. Some more satire, more punditry, talking heads, and talk show hosts. It was tough work carrying 220 pounds of sociopath to the top of Gotham Towers, the highest spot in the city. The scream alone is worth it. Let's look at them side by side without ripping anything. Nice callback. Love it. See you even have the scream, in the upside down. You don't realize the gravity of your situation. Women explodes in subway station. Film at 11. Yeah. So let's get back to this. So it ends up being Darkseid as the big bad. I just want to show. This Raphael Grandpa's art in here suits the tone of Frank Miller. So does Andy Kubert, and so does John Romita Jr., the modern artist. Frank, like I said, Frank suffered a stroke a few years ago, so he used to draw and ink his own stories. Ronin, Sin City, just the 300, any of these. Dark Knight, Daredevil, and you would have artists as well too. I mean, there's plenty of that. But he was a writer artist for a very long time. But look at this. This is going back to like light qualities, light source. It's all about darkness and all about what's illuminated. I love this transition. You turn the page and boom, you're going right into a strong kick. And it's just like the Batwoman. It's just like boom, flash. I love it. And then boom, light. Is it a light bomb? Is it that pow that you see when you're hit in the face? And I love her inside her narration. Now she's become kind of like Bruce. My kick almost cleans his head off. I just love that. But look at this. She's texting. Whoop, whoop, tap, tap, tap. Clown down, boss. Here's Batman's only appearance in the book. Thumbs up. Bogus. It's him. It's the governor. So they have uncovered the governor. So see right there. Governor unmasked. Re-election candidate is Joker's stooge. So, yeah, the bad guy has been unmasked. And Lara and Jonathan take down Darkseid. They hurt him so badly, they made him mortal. And then comes... I'm sorry for the descriptor, but then here comes the social justice warriors and the activists to come and kick Darkseid's ass in a pre-BLM riots, pre-Antifa riots. This is not parody of that. This is not satire of those events. This book predates that. Is that reference too on the nose for you? That is Greta Thunberg. You know it, I know it. And, yeah. And this has been... And see, oh yeah. That's the... Follows. This is the original, 86, issue 4. I love how it still keeps the aesthetic. I love that. That pleases me as this lifelong fan. So yeah, I've been tuned into this all this time. I really have. And I'm very grateful for it. It's been a really enriching experience as a lifelong Batman fan. My Batman fan goes back to this. SuperFriends. Alex Toth, Olan Soule. It goes back to Adam West and Burt Ward in the 1966 live-action show. And this very cartoon. And the comic books of the Bronze Age. And this was just... There was nothing else in the world like Dark Knight Returns. It was such a good time reading it. It felt like a guilty pleasure. And ultimately, it became the norm, the standard. It's been ripped off ever since. We've been retelling that same story ever since. So it's good for me to be able to revisit that exact place, that Earth 31. That is the safe space for this ultraviolence. Yeah, we've been talking about comic books, and we're going to talk about comic books every day for the rest of the year. So tune in tomorrow, 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern, and we'll find out who we're talking about when we turn the page tomorrow. Please like and subscribe. I would love to earn your subscription. We make daily content here. We talk about puppies and rainbows and unicorns. No, but we do talk about comic books every day. I make regular content about spirituality, purpose, and gratitude. I also talk about cooking. I'm known as the Sultan of Soup. If you've come over from Wes's station, Thinking Critical, come aboard. Thank you. Mention Doc and you get 50% off your next bowl of soup. I promise. Thank you so much. God bless. Namaste. Good luck. And we will see you again tomorrow in those funny pages. Cheers. Bye-bye.